Yuba-Sutter.live's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at plumaslakeselfstorage.com.
We're 2 minutes late. We're gonna start here. Okay, I gotta get my glasses so I can read here. Sorry about that. Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023, 9 a.m. Welcome to the Yuba County Board of Supervisors meeting. As a courtesy to others, please turn off cell phones, and I did, or other electronic devices which may disrupt the meeting. If attending via Zoom, please have your microphones muted at times you're not speaking. All items on the agenda, other than the correspondence and board and staff member reports, are considered items for which the board may take action. The public will be given opportunity to comment on action items on the agenda when the item is heard, and comments shall be limited to 3 minutes per individual or group. All right.
In-person meeting. The board meeting will be open to in-person attendance. To remain in compliance with the state's public health guideline and Cal OSHA COVID-19 regulations, masks are allowed for individuals who choose to wear them. Zoom meeting. The board proceedings are available via Zoom, and you may participate in public comment by using the raise hand function. Pursuant to Government Code Section 54953E, local legislative bodies may hold public meetings via teleconference. Additionally, even when members of the local legislative body are attending meetings in person, the local legislative body may make public meetings accessible telephonically or otherwise electronically to all members of the public. Members of the public are encouraged to observe and participate in the teleconference.
Okay, we're going to go with the Pledge of Allegiance. Supervisor Bradford, would you lead the pledge?
Please stand. Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Supervisor Vasquez.
Here.
Supervisor Blazer.
Here.
Supervisor Fuhrer is absent. Supervisor Bradford.
Here.
Supervisor Messick.
Here. Okay, consent agenda. All matters listed under consent agenda are considered to be routine and can be enacted in one motion. We're going to move item 234 to county departments. County Council, do we have any?
Yes, thank you. Through the chair. The other thing I would ask is item number 249, 2023, which is under ordinances and public hearings, that matter be moved to June 13.
Okay. All right. Any comments from the board? Any comments from the public? Bring it back to the board.
I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
We have a motion
No, second.
and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Do we need a roll call? Yes, no?
I don't think so.
Okay, because we got four.
I don't think so, no. No one is attending by Zoom, so.
All right, that's fine. Thank you. All right, now for the fun part, special presentations. We have the first proclamations to 2022 Peace Officer of the Year, Miles Lewis, and Probation Officer of the Year, Kevin Bisbee. Hope I pronounced it right. Right. Officer Lewis there? Got to come up here. Thank you. All right. One of the things I enjoy. Board of Supervisors proclamation honoring Peace Officer of the Year 2022, Miles Lewis. Whereas Miles Lewis was raised in Placer County area and attended Placer High School. Upon graduation, he continued his education at Yuba College and earned an associate degree in administration of justice and graduated from the police academy in 2008. And whereas Miles was hired by the Colusa County Sheriff's Office in 2008 as a deputy sheriff and quickly promoted to the rank of sergeant. And whereas in 2018, Miles began his career with the Yuba County Sheriff's Office, starting as a deputy sheriff. He displays the characteristics of a natural leader and possesses exceptional communication skills. He exhibits outstanding professionalism and exceptional capabilities as a peace officer and is described as being dedicated, reliable, and a team player who is always willing to help where is needed. And whereas Miles has held several specialty assignments, which include detective, SWAT team member, and most recently, field training officer, Miles is always willing to assist others and maintain open communications with his peers and supervisors. Miles is very enthusiastic about his job and the services he provides to the community. And whereas in April 2022, Miles investigated the robbery and brutal assault of a 90-year-old lady where during a home invasion, the victim sustained broken bones and financial information was stolen. There was no suspect leads until one of the suspects opened bank accounts using the victim's personal information. With this information, he was able to obtain warrants for all cell phone records and was able to track down the routes used, locations, and identities of the suspects. Miles worked diligently to solve the case and to obtain justice for the victim. And whereas Miles has authored numerous search warrants and works in tragic cases which have included shootings, homicides, and he continues to maintain a positive attitude which is contagious throughout the department. He's a team player and always helps others. Miles continues to go above and beyond and is dedicated to our agency and the citizens of Yuba County. We are honored to name him our 2022 Peace Officer of the Year. Now, therefore, the Yuba County Board of Supervisors commends Miles Lewis for his service and commitment to the citizens of Yuba County and congratulates him on being selected 2022 Peace Officer of the Year. Man, a few words. Again, it's an honor to present this to honoring Probation Officer of the Year 2022, Kevin Bisbee. Are you here? Please come up. Board of Supervisors proclamation honoring Probation Officer of the Year 2022, Kevin Bisbee. Whereas am I pronouncing it right? Okay. Kevin Bisbee has been chosen by his peers for recognition as Yuba County Probation Department's Officer of the Year for 2022. And whereas Kevin grew up in Marysville area where he attended local schools and graduated from Marysville High School in 1989 and earned his associate in science degree from Yuba County College in May of 1992. Whereas Kevin began his career with the Yuba County Probation as a group counselor aide in April of 1997. He became a group counselor one in September 1998 and promoted to group counselor number 2 in September 1999. Whereas Kevin has excelled in the field of juvenile institutions, becoming a mentor to many and proving himself as a valuable team member. He continually steps up as a leader and can be counted on regardless of circumstance. Whereas Kevin has earned the respect of his peers and most certainly from the Yuba County Probation Management Team, he is what is called a juvenile justice expert. He exemplifies our mission and vision through his heart of service and complete commitment to the Tri-County youth and his team as the Yuba County Probation. Because of his dedication, spirit, and determination, he has earned the respect of the Yuba County Probation Department. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Yuba County Board of Supervisors commends Kevin Bisbee for his service and commitment to the citizens of Yuba County and congratulates him on being selected Officer of the Year for 2022. Come down there. Where you want? Gonna step out? Oh yeah. Ask him to see that. Pretend to be Seth. You stand down on the low way here. Okay. You sure it does?
Otherwise, I'll be out.
We far.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Seeing wherever you are. Thank you. Thanks, Kevin. The fun of being chair. Public communications. No. I'm sorry. Receive presentation from Adventist Health and write out regarding Project Hope. Do we have anybody from? Good. Sorry about that.
Hi, everybody. How are you guys today? Sorry, everybody behind me. I apologize. I have my back to everybody. Today, we're going to just do a little quick presentation on a project Adventist Health and Write Out is calling Project Hope. Here with me today, I also have Chris Champlin, our hospital president. So Project Hope is a project that Adventist Health and Right Out has really been working on with multiple community stakeholders for probably a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. We're very lucky to have lots of our community partners. So Sutter and Yuba Health and Human Services, Sutter Yuba Behavioral Health, the Homeless Consortium. We are partnering with our managed Medi-Cal plans. So we have Anthem here locally, and we also have HealthNet. Partnership Health is coming in January, and we've also been working with them as well. Local law enforcement, the Salvation Army, local health providers as well. And today we just want to present to you a little bit of what our dream is, what we are planning to do, and really everybody knows the Fremont building, right? So it's over in Yuba. We have this big, beautiful hospital that has sat empty for a few years now. And really our purpose is, how do we repurpose this location? How do we utilize this hospital campus and utilize it for the most good in our community? What services can we offer? So really, I want to present to you a suite of services that we're looking to do under CalAIM. So CalAIM Community Supports, it's a new managed Medi-Cal initiative that has come out here in the state of California, where they're really looking to bring in services that work with the underserved populations, those individuals that have the highest health concerns in our communities. Individuals who are experiencing homelessness, individuals who are high utilizers of our emergency room. And the best way that we want to do this is by creating a campus. These services that we want to offer in this campus do not exist here locally. We have a large number of individuals in our hospitals who could really use a lower level of care. They could really use something that we refer to as medical recuperative care. But that's not something that currently exists here in our community. That's not something that exists in our outside communities. So when we think about Fremont and we think about these new Medi-Cal services that are coming to our community, and we really think about how do we design something that is going to serve and provide the greatest good and make the biggest impact. Adventist Health and Right Out has this big building. Why not repurpose it? So we've looked at using the tower. So if you look at the Fremont building, you see the very large tower. That was the newest structure. And then there's a lower part, and there's some area over on the right-hand side as well. So when you think about the tower and you think about these services and you think about the benefit that this could bring to our area, we talked about designing this campus to have really like a sobering center. So somewhere where individuals can come in and sober in lieu of going to the jails, in lieu of going to the hospital, have these wraparound services that really support these individuals and provide them that ongoing care and support. We've worked with Sutter Yuba Behavioral Health to talk about a behavioral health urgent care as well. So a location where those individuals can come and again, receive those wraparound services that are directed specifically at them. I think I saw an email yesterday that we had 22 individuals in our emergency room that were on a behavioral health hold. That's 22 less beds that we have in our emergency room to serve individuals that are coming in to seek services. That's why you see those longer wait times in our emergency room and longer wait times to get into the bed and receive that care. On the second floor, we're really proposing medical recuperative care and short-term post-hospitalization housing. Both of these services coincide. So medical recuperative care is about a 90-day stay. You can stay up to 3 months in this type of facility. Short-term post-hospitalization housing is about 6 months. So you can stay in this facility for about 6 months. In this facility, you're receiving care that is medical care, but at a lower level. So potentially you're in the hospital and you cannot return home because you do not have a caregiver. You do not have safe living environment at home as well. Maybe your family is far away and you need more time to recover. But unfortunately, you don't have a benefit to be able to go to a skilled nursing facility, or within your skilled nursing facility, benefit, your time has potentially lapsed, or within that benefit, you just don't qualify. You haven't quite met those qualifications, but you still need that care. You still need that time to recuperate before you are able to go back into your previous dwelling. And then we talked about a wellness center. So understanding that not all individuals that need this kind of support will qualify. We want to create a floor for individuals who potentially are experiencing homelessness, but are most vulnerable homeless individuals, individuals who've been in the hospital and just had a leg amputated, individuals who are using walkers. I'm not sure if you guys know or not, but we do not have a shelter in our community that in Marysville, Yuba County, that can accommodate somebody who does have a walker or who does have a wheelchair. And we have one bed at the Life Building Center that is on the first floor that can accommodate that type of situation. But I'm telling you, every time we try to refer through our street medicine program, it's always full. And then the fifth floor, we're looking at an admin area. So lots of conference space support. We really want this campus to be wraparound services and provide the most level of support, care, wraparound services. So again, the primary services that we're looking at here, these are all supportive services that we're looking at too. So enhanced care management is one of those benefits that I'm talking about with the wraparound care. So with enhanced care management, it really is that one-to-one case manager that is providing that longevity care. So up to 6 months, they can provide them care. Housing navigation is extremely important. We don't want to create a funnel. We don't want individuals to come into this location and be stuck in this location like they're potentially stuck in the location at the hospital. So we really want to have housing navigations. We want to offer housing deposits. We want to offer medically tailored meals as well, so that individuals there have meals that are medically tailored to their needs. Rehabilitation, teach people how to ride the bus, teach people how to do the simplest of things to maybe you and I, but maybe not to individuals who are medically fragile and in these situations. So Fremont is a big building and these services are brand new. So you might wonder, how do we provide these services and how do we stand this up? We are looking at multiple grant dollars that are available in our community. Some of you may have heard about a behavioral health grant that was available earlier in the year that Adventist Health had positioned to apply for. And due to a 30-year commitment on the services and the location, we were not able to apply for that grant. However, that doesn't kill this project. We still want this project to happen. We still have a lot of interested parties that are working with us to provide dollars that we will basically piecemeal together. So the overall project that we had scoped with the schematic design was somewhere in the realm of $20 million. So we are still working to build those dollars. The Department of Healthcare Services, through a PATH grant, has offered to provide the facility and building that out up to $8 million. There's additional funds through IPP, which are basically infrastructure dollars to stand up these new Medi-Cal programs in the amount of $1.8 million. There's the CMSP grant, potentially through the counties, HAP. There's other grants through the counties as well. Rounds 3 and 4 that are not yet allocated. So through Yuba County specifically, that are not yet allocated to projects. So there's a lot of potential here to rally, to get a lot of dollars, to continue. We currently have dollars to hire a consultant that will also be able to help us stand this up, help us find the funds, and help us braid those together. This individual is the same individual that has been able to do our schematic design and build out what that looks like. If anybody is interested in seeing the schematic design and the nitty-gritty, I'm very happy to share that with you. And then we do have additional rounds of BHCIP, which is the behavioral health grant that we talked about earlier. And sustainability. All the services that would be provided on this campus would all be billable and reimbursable services. So as we continue and kind of what our next steps are, We're looking to apply for Path Round 2. So that does come at the end of this month. I spoke about hiring a project manager to be able to help us consult and get this project across the finish line. We are still working on what that project plan is and what this consultant will do and how we will take all of those next steps. And of course, applying for additional funding. But in the meantime, we do understand that these services are very much needed. We understand that we cannot wait multiple years for a facility to be built. We understand that we need a facility now. We have multiple individuals in our hospitals that need a place to go, that need a place to recover and recuperate. And because of that, we're looking at establishing a small scale project, Project Hope Minor. I think there's been a few other names that people have called it. Essentially, we're looking for a 22-bed facility. And I didn't put the design on here. I thought maybe I did. But we're looking for a 22-bed facility. We have a 22-bed facility that we're looking at. I'm looking at the lease agreement as we speak. We're hoping to have this facility up and running by the end of the year. So we're looking at a soft launch in September and a go live of October. We want to offer medical recuperative care and short-term post-hospitalization housing. We want to relieve that pressure from the hospital. We want to have beds for individuals that are really medically frail and need that location to go and recover and recuperate. And most importantly, we want to provide the wraparound services, the same wraparound services that I spoke about earlier. So that's where we are now. We'll steam ahead on our large project, and it'll be a really great opportunity for us to see how these services go and really map out the day-to-day and the operations and show how this project can really help our community. 22 beds is a drop in the bucket here, as they would say. But it's needed and it's necessary. So Adventist Health is working to make that happen. And thank you. Questions? I'm happy to answer them. Chris Champlin is as well.
Any questions from the board?
To the chair. So not a question, but just a comment. I wanted to say thanks for coming in and presenting this today. I think this is something that's greatly needed in our community, and I'm really excited to hear what you guys are doing. So thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Through the chair. Just a couple of clarifications. I know it's hard to put a number on it because you have a variety of care, but beds and capacity in the
larger facility.
Yeah.
So we are scoping out 10 sobering beds, 10 behavioral health, 10 to 20. There's a flex there, 10 to 20 behavioral health beds all on the first floor. Medical recuperative care and short-term post-hospitalization combined will be 80 beds, understanding that people will transition from medical recuperative care to that longer term care. So there's about 80 beds there, about 40 beds for the wellness center. And then upstairs, there'll be enough space for staff and then providers to be able to come in and provide services as well.
Good. That sounds actually more than I thought. So that's good.
Yes, we did an analysis based off of hospital readmissions, based off of the population of focus that qualifies for these services. We worked with the police to understand how many individuals they are serving on a day-to-day for the sobering. So we really brought in a lot of analysis and data to say, this is the number of beds that we need, and have a fluctuation there and an uptick too as our population continues to age.
So does Adventist still have the admin and conference rooms across the street?
We do.
Okay, so that'll help support the new project also.
Yes. In what way? We're not sure yet. I mean, I would love to see the space across the street and the empty space be involved in the project and be turned into potentially more, but all of that is still in the pre-development stage. Not ready to share.
Okay, but so you do have plenty of space, actually.
There's a lot of space there.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Any further questions from the board? Thank you very much for that presentation. When do you sleep?
Oh my goodness, if you only knew. I do not. Dr. Who told me I look tired today. I told her I'm just expecting. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right. Now we have received the Yuba County Grand Jury update. Wow. This should be exciting. Yeah. You have 19 people. You have 19 volunteers.
Good morning. I represent this year's Yuba County Grand Jury. I think I'm the one that drew the little straw. Not really. But my name is Dawn Contreras, and I am this year's jury foreperson pro tem. And I'm just here to give a quick overview of the grand jury. It's basically very informational. It's who are we? We're the ordinary citizens of the county. And everyone, I'm sure, is aware that this is a very large rural county. So the citizenry of our county is rural, farmers, ranchers. We represent a broad range of talents, skills, life experiences. So we're a very, very diverse group of citizens. We're convened by the Superior Court of California. There are 19 of us. We are under sworn oath. And in California, there are 58 juries because there are 58 counties in California. Everything that we do is volunteer. All of our time, all of our meetings, all of our investigations, all of the meetings, and everything that we do is all totally volunteer. And this service that we provide is for a full year of service. This is my favorite slide because I think that this represents the heart and soul of the people that serve on the jury. We are all about service. It's the most important aspect of jury membership because we are very dedicated to democratic ideals of our country. We're very dedicated to giving back to our community, to our county, and we have a desire to make a difference. If you look at written information about the grand jury, you'll see that it says that we're agents of change. And that has to do with the service that we provide. What we do is we are looking to make sure that our county has everything running appropriately. We're citizens, we care, we want things to be done responsibly. We're very, very, and in that regard, it kind of leads to the next bullet point. We're very devoted to matters of civic importance. That's why we do what we do. We're not a criminal grand jury. We are a civil grand jury, so that's our function. And so we investigate the operations of officers and departments and all of the agencies, all local government in the county of Yuba. Towards the end of our year-long service, we begin a written report and we gather all of the fact-finding results that we've gone through for the full year, and we develop a written report. That written report comes out at the very end of the year in June. It contains specific recommendations that we make, and those recommendations are focused on solutions, identified problems, and recommended solutions for those problems. So the grand jury was created in our California state constitution when our state was founded. And in Article 1 of Section 23 of our Constitution, it outlines the formation of the grand jury. We are also listed in the California Penal Code under sections 888 and 931.1 and Government Code sections 3060 through 307. That gives the grand jury the authority to be, we are oversight for all of the operations going on. And that is information if you care to. These are 3 good websites that I listed. One obviously is the California Government Judicial Branch of California, the California Courts website. We also have the California Grand Jurors Association that provides a lot of support and information to grand juries all across the state of California, and our own County of Yuba Superior Court website. Thank you very much. Are there any questions?
Any questions from the board?
Just a quick comment. So thank you, Don, for the presentation today. And more importantly, thank you to the rest of you and the rest of this year's grand jury for your service. I know you guys put in a lot of time and effort, and it's such a valuable responsibility that you guys have. You guys in the press really help keep local government accountable, and so it's appreciated.
Thank you. The last thing I'll say is it's not necessarily all about accountability, but if you're always checking on things, you want to do the best, right? We want everything to be the best. So sometimes it's just a matter of making sure we improve what we're doing. And that's the grand jury. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I had a question too, Don, through the chair. So it's a 1-year term, but can you stay on? Can members stay on for more than a year?
Yes, members can serve 2 consecutive years. They can leave the jury and come back at a later time. So if they've served 1 year and they leave, they can come back at another time, but the maximum you can serve consecutively is 2 years.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you again, Don. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy. Okay.
All right. It's a great presentation. All right. Public communications. Go ahead.
Any person may speak about any subject of concern, provided it is within the jurisdiction of the Board of Supervisors and is not already on today's agenda. The total amount of time allotted for receiving such public communication shall be limited to a total of 15 minutes, and each individual or group will be limited to no more than 3 minutes. Prior to this time, speakers are requested to fill out a request to speak card and submit it to the clerk of the Board of Supervisors. If you are participating via Zoom and wish to comment, please use the raise hand function or *9 if participating on a phone. Please note, no board action can be taken on comments made under this heading. And through the chair, we have 1 request to speak card. Kyle McWhorter.
Yeah.
Good morning, Supervisors. How are we doing today? Gave you guys a little break here, but time to get back in the saddle. My name is Tom McWhorter, and I live in Olivehurst, and we have a serious drainage problem. And according to Public Works, the drainage system was a haphazard mishmash of ditches thrown together. But in 1955, there were no permits required, I am told. 1962 is the first time permits were required to be pulled in this county. And since then, no one has pulled one for the drainage ditches there. However, it has been 67 years since my suburb was established in 1955, and we're tired of waiting. So, 1, Public Works informed me verbally last year before I started coming to you to get more educated on this problem that they only have 12 Public Works workers. They can't compete with the private sector on wages, so hire a contractor to get the project done. Okay. Now, that is not to say that that would be the solution for the routine maintenance that must be conducted every year. However, over 68 years, the problem has really gotten bad. So there's going to be a big surge, a lot of heavy work, get the system up to proper hydraulic capacity. Okay. Once the surge is done and the system's back up to where it was in 1955, then it should be budgeted annually with the proper amount of money, funding. If you have to do it, it's only a summertime job, month or 2 or 3. Once it's back up to, if you've got a car in a backyard and it's got 4 flat tires, sure, it's going to take a while to get it back up and running on the road. But once you got it up and running, then things run around smooth. Anyway, the system was sacrificed basically due to no money or priority. And that's the county's fault. Okay, everything between the telephone poles, that's county property. I understand that the Public Works decided to do a count to see how many driveways crossed the ditch. And I'd like to be informed of where this money came from to take this project, this research upon themselves and find out how many driveways crossed the ditch. How many properties we got down there? Say 200 driveways. Very simple math. Okay, but it's not my job, as it was explained by the Public Works, to maintain the ditch in front of my house. It is not. That is public property. That is county infrastructure. So anyway, until the system is restored to proper hydraulic capacity, money should be directed not to any new shiny projects. Let's get the drainage problem, because we got winter coming up, and it'll take 6 to 9 years. I understand.
Cut it short.
I know.
Thank you.
But until it gets done, you're going to have me in your ear every month.
Thank you very much, Tom. You have a great day. All right, any further cards? Okay. I think it's on the agenda, isn't it?
Robert Armstrong.
What is that concerning?
Voting contract.
Okay. It's on, it's item 202.
Item 202.
Item 202. Is that, oh, never mind. That's, but I thought it was on the. Okay. All right.
Allow them to proceed.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make it quick. So, you know, I've been looking into the contracts and then studying the election cycle and how the election system all works. And just recently, Dominion have submitted the defamation lawsuit. I'm sure if you guys are aware of that, but Fox lost that lawsuit and everything. But anyways, a senator out of Arizona was doing some research, and the Dominion machines do not meet the DoD requirements for election systems as far as electronic. So I thought it would be appropriate to submit that information. And then I have also submitted a TOT report on all government computers and stuff where they have to be tested and approved by a DoD. I think it's called a DMA or DMEA. And that has all that in there. And I want to submit that into the record for you guys to look at and consider making sure that our systems are secure to the DoD requirements. So I wanted to bring that to your attention and submit that. And there's also a congressional record back in 2020 where it addresses these issues. And I believe the DoD was in 2006 or 2013. There was a couple of revisions done. So I wanted to make sure that was brought to your guys' attention and make sure we handle it and make sure our elections are secure, because it is a matter of national security. And then I've also included a cover letter there for each of you going more in detail with that. So I'd like to encourage you guys to look at it. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and my other partners such as Paul, Preston, or myself, and we can answer any other additional questions. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. All right. Do we have any further cards?
No, thank you.
No further cards. We'll go to county departments. First item is 220-23, administrative services.
Good morning, board. County Council, CAO. I'm Perminder Baines with Admin Services. I'm here to recommend that the board waive the minor irregularities with the submitted proposals and award the contract to Ledbetter Electric. Currently, we have a contract in place to replace 3 roofs, the sheriff's facility, which has been completed, the courthouse, which they're going to be starting this week, and the government center. The government center, we have to remove the solar panels and the racking system and reinstall it. So we ended up going out to RFP for the removal and reinstallation of the solar panels. The requirements of the RFP required that the original and 4 copies be submitted to the clerk recorder's office. Ledbetter Electric is one of we received 2 proposals. One was with Ledbetter, and they submitted 1 original to the clerk recorder's office. The design building submitted the original and 4 copies to Admin Services. So both had minor irregularities that they didn't submit the original and 4 copies to the clerk recorder's office. So we had 2 options. We could have rejected the bids and re-advertised, or come to the board and request that the board waive the irregularities. And we chose the latter due to time constraints. And my understanding is this is going to be 2 motions. One motion is to waive the irregularities. And if that passes, then the second motion would be to award the contract. Is there any questions?
All right. Any questions from the board? All right. Any questions from the public? All right. We're going to entertain a motion to waive the minor irregularities.
I'll move to waive the minor irregularities.
I have a motion.
Second.
It's 2 motions, right? The first one is just
that's
that.
the first one. We have a first and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the measure passes. So item number 2 is approve and award the professional services agreement to Ledbetter Electric.
I'll move that we award the contract to Ledbetter Electric.
I'll second.
Motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Measure passes.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. 244, Community Development and Services Award Contract to Apparent Low Bidder, a Responsible Bidder, Steelhead Construction.
Amen. Oh, no, still, yeah. Never mind. I jumped ahead of you.
Good morning, Board Chair, fellow supervisors.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fine.
We're good to go.
We'll do that. We'll take that out of order.
Sam Button, Assistant Director of Public Works. So this item or the proposed project is to replace a structural deficient bridge on Spring Valley Road over Dry Creek in Browns Valley. The project is 100% Highway Bridge Program or HBP funded. It is expected to be done early spring of 2024 next year. Bids were received on May 15th, and Steelhead Constructors was the low bidder at $3,262,528. There was 2 bids received. And so today, the Public Works Department recommends that the Board of Supervisors award contract 2023-6018 to the apparent lowest responsive and responsible bidder, Steelhead Constructors, for the Spring Valley Road over Little Dry Creek replacement project. Any questions from the board?
Any questions? Any questions from the board? Huh? This is 244. Okay. Any questions from the public? All right. Bring it back to the board for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. All right, we'll go back to the 202 is Community Development. Award contract 2023-2255, the apparent low and responsible bidder.
Awesome. Sam Button, Assistant Director of Public Works again. Similar item to the last, different project though. This one is Cedar Lane Safe Routes to School project. It was programmed $2,729,000 from the Active Transportation Program, or what you many times hear Public Works refer to as the ATP program, from a 2018 grant that we had submitted. The project includes sidewalk, bike lanes, road rehab, and drainage improvements on Alicia Avenue from Feather River Boulevard to Riverside Drive, and Cedar Lane from Alicia Avenue to Garden Avenue. Bids were opened on May 8th, and Lehman Construction out of Yuba City was the low bidder at $3,744,617.51. There was an additive through a utility agreement with Linda County Water District for $591,129 that we are recommending not awarding. So just the base bid, which is the $3,744,000. And so today, the Public Works Department recommends that the Board of Supervisors award 2023-2255 to the parent lowest responsive and responsible bidder, Lehman Construction Company, for the Cedar Lane Safe Routes to School Improvements Project. Any questions from the board?
Any questions from the board? Through the chair, how does that relate to the grant that we got? We had applied for 3 and we got 1 so far.
Yeah, so the transformative project in West Linda, the other ATV project that we just
it was 20-some million.
Yeah, and so through the next community development report, we can also go into further detail about this. But so right now we're doing Cedar and Alicia through this project. We also currently have a design for Feather River Boulevard from Alicia to Garden or Arboga right there as well. And then the project I believe you're referring to is south of Feather River Boulevard, which would be the massive like $27 million or so project. So this drainage wise ties into a similar location, but is on the northern end of Feather River Boulevard. But all similar scopes, all sidewalks, bike lanes, drainage improvements.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Any further questions from the board? Any questions from the public? Bring it back to the board for a motion.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The measure passes, and we'll go back in sequence. It's just 248, community development. Adopt a resolution approving expansion of service area of Yuba County business facade grant program to commercial corridor. Okay.
Morning, Mr. Chair and fellow board members. I'm Mike Lee with Community Development, and I'm excited today to present this item on the business facade improvement program. Your board approved this business facade improvement program in August of 2022, and the program provides $15,000 per business in select commercial areas on a reimbursement basis, and for various aesthetic improvements, paint, parking lot improvements, lighting, signage, some examples. Your board authorized 500,000 ARPA funds, and so far to date we have expended about 150,000. There's a lot more in the pipeline, but that's the amount that has actually been reimbursed already. The current program covers portions of Northfield Road, Lyndhurst Avenue, and Feather River Boulevard, as you can see on the highlighted in the on this map. And then I'd like to present a few examples of the work that's been performed so far. And this photograph here is the before and after of China Garden. They repaired and repainted their tile roof, removed an old wood awning front there, and repainted the entire building and sealed their parking lot. So definitely a significant improvement. Here are a few more. The Country Butcher on Feather River Boulevard replaced their scaling roof there. and has plans to install screening around the refrigerated Connex boxes and repaint the building. On the lower slides, this grant facilitated faster demolition of the Peachtree restaurant that became vacant, and the current owner took advantage of the program to speed up their demolition and make that old eyesore building go away. And a couple more, the Peach City Inn, they demoed their abandoned pool, added additional landscaping, and repaired their parking lot. Upper photographs. And on the bottom there, Warfit Gym replaced broken window frames, refreshed paint, and repaired the roadside parking. So today, what we're recommending is that add commercial corridors of Olivehurst Avenue. You can see on the map that it's basically Olivehurst Avenue, 7th Avenue, Power Line Road, the northern portion there, and then segment of McGowan Parkway. And we're also requesting that the deadline for the grants be extended to December 31st of this year. So anybody can apply up to that time. And one other interesting note is the $15,000 grant is there's no match requirement, but a lot of the businesses have offered up and invested some of their own money to do additional activity. We're seeing good rewards. So the resolution in front of you is to expand service area to the core and then the deadline of the grant program.
To the board, do you have any questions?
Just a comment. I'm glad to see you had pretty positive response. Was it as good or better than you thought?
It's a little slow to get going. There was interest, but then I don't know if it was a time of year or difficulty getting contractors, or I don't know how to pinpoint easily, but it took a little while to get the gears going. And now we've definitely seen it kind of pick up, and it's moving at a faster pace.
Yeah, it's looking good.
I have a question through the chair. So do we have, when we add these streets, if we vote to go that way, is there a way to get the word out to the business owners?
Yes. So Rachel Downs will reach out to all the eligible businesses.
Okay.
Let them know if they're available.
You have a hand up. You have a hand up on Zoom.
It's a hand. Okay.
Address it. I see Supervisor Fuhrer's hand up. This is an interesting legal issue because he does not qualify to participate in the meeting remotely as a board member. Unfortunately, we have very little law on the recent amendments to the Brown Act as to whether he could participate as a member of the public and speak only as a member of the public to this item. My initial reaction, I have to confess, was that he should not participate at all, even through public comment. But as I reflect upon it, he does, as a citizen, have a First Amendment right to address the body as a private citizen, not as a member of the board. So he cannot participate in the discussion among the board members. He cannot vote on the matter. But as a member of the public, he is entitled to that 3 minutes that any other member of the public would be entitled to.
Okay. All right. So any further questions from the board? Okay. Any questions of the public?
Through the chair, there is one hand raised on Zoom.
Seth?
The
only hook is that you have to identify the location you're at.
Well, I would be happy to, being on official business in San Juan. looking at repaving of roads and business facades, but we won't worry about that because I don't want Chikazi to have a heart attack. So I'm just super excited about the facade program. I'm really, really glad that it's finally been extended to Olivehurst. I hope that there is a caveat for some maybe bonus facade money for, I think we spoke about mobile bars that can be opened and not be visible during the day and business hours. And then when they close the windows, have them then come into place. And so that would be nice to have the bars removed on some of those. So maybe a bonus caveat for that would be a great extension. Otherwise, fantastic, great job. I'll make sure I stay under 3 minutes because I certainly don't want to extend past that and make Chikazi have further heart palpitations. Have a great day, guys.
All right, thank you. We'll let close the public comment. We'll bring it back to the board for a motion.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Measure passes. Okay.
Thank you.
251. Community Development Services, adopt a resolution approving proposed list of fiscal year 23 and 24 projects.
Good morning to the board again. Sam Bunton, Assistant Director of Public Works. So in 2017, Senate Bill 1 passed increasing state gas tax revenue. The resolution today is for the Road Repair and Accountability Act, or RMRA, which is a portion of SB 1. The bill includes accountability and transparency measures. One of those is for the county to adopt a resolution each year with our project list that we'll be using RMRA funds for. This is the same list as our annual overlay project, and it includes roads such as Arboga and Skyway Drive. And so today, the Public Works Department recommends that the Board of Supervisors adopt the attached resolution approving the proposed list of fiscal year 2023 to 2024 projects funded by the road maintenance and rehabilitation account portion of SB1. Any questions from the board?
Any questions from the board? Any questions from the public? Bring it back to the board for.
I'll move to approve.
We have a motion?
Second.
And a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Measure passes.
Thank you.
Okay. Do we want to skip 240 or just, yeah, never mind. County Administrator.
No.
Morning, Chair, members of the board. Kevin Mallon, Yuba County Administrator. It's my pleasure to introduce this item, and then Mr. Chikazi is going to say a few words. So the item before you today is due to Mr. Chikazi's pending retire. I guess it's impending.
It's retirement. Brother.
It's retirement. Yeah, there's no turning back. So he's given the board notice. July 31st will be the end of his term here at Yuba County, serving Yuba County well. And with that, the board needed to find a new county council. The recommendation is the appointment of Joe Larmer, who's currently the Chief Deputy County Counsel here at the county. As part of that action, before the board today would be to appoint Joe to a term effective August 1st, 2023. It would run for 4 years to go through August of 2027. August 1st, 2027. Now, as part of this also would be approval of an employment agreement with Mr. Larmer. And I just want to highlight a couple of things in the employment agreement to make sure the board's aware. It's our standard employment agreement for at-will employees. It would be for the term of his appointment as county counsel. The salary would be the standard county council salary as identified in the Yuba County classification system for our salary schedule at an index rate of 1.30, which is his current index rate. It just carries with him to this appointment. If there was an event where there was a severance involved, it would be up to 6 months of paid administrative leave, which is the same as our current county council's agreement. There's a residency requirement contained in Chapter 2.40 of the Yuba County Ordinance Code, and it would waive the residency requirement. There's a monthly vehicle allowance of $500, and then all other benefits are the same as all of your other at-will and management. And before the board takes any action on this, I think Mr. Chikatsi wants to say a few words.
Is he going to be talking for or against? No.
I couldn't support him more. First, I want to thank the board, even our absent member, who does attempt to give me heart palpitations at every turn for the last 4.5 years that I've been here, because it really has been my pleasure serving this board and the prior board as well. 4.5 years ago, I promised you that I would find you your next county council, and he's here today. And all you got to do is say yes. Joe came here from outside law firm Prentice Long Epperson, and they provide county council services to numerous counties. Joe in particular provided those services to Alpine County, Sierra County, Modoc County, and Trinity counties. He worked there for 5 years before coming to our office. And actually, we brought him on as extra help when I first got here. And I still to this day don't take it personally, but all the deputies left. All the deputy county councils found other employment. And so I needed an outside extra help contract. Joe came in to handle the CAPS work, the Child and Adult Protective Services work, and received rave reviews from both the court and the department. And I think, quite frankly, if you speak to any department head, be it the sheriff, be it CDSA, be it Health and Human Services, be it code enforcement, to a person, they would be supportive of the board appointing Joe as your next county council. He has sat with you in several board meetings now. His competence is self-evident. He knows what he's doing, and he's not afraid to make the right call. And that is the most important quality. It is not to do the most popular thing, but to do the right thing. And he is a guy who can do that for you. We all need that guidance at times. He can provide it to you. Prior to being a lawyer, he had 10 years working as a team leader and master technician. He's got real world experience as well. And he brings that to his practice of law. That for this board is invaluable. And I just want to close by saying I could not support him more in this position. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time here. We enjoyed it. Great sense of humor. All right. So
the recommendation before the board is to appoint Joe Larmer as county council effective August 1st of this year for a 4-year term, and approve the attached employment agreement that was contained attached to the staff report, and authorize the chair to execute.
All right. Any questions for the board? Any questions from the public?
Yes. Again, my name is Tom McWhorter. I have one question for CAO. He referenced the salary schedule for the county rather than just actually stating how much the new county council will receive. I would like to know, without having to go through the long, formal, drawn-out process, figuring out where the schedule is at, is what would my answer be when I did find to that salary schedule? How much is our county council going to be offered?
Yes, and I might have to rely on HR, but I believe the base salary for this position is $14,712. Maybe
I think I have some idea of what the salary will be.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, when we're talking about road repair stuff, the number's out there, but this is, so thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Oh, okay. I was going to give you a more precise estimate, but if you're satisfied,
that's
we're
fine.
good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Comments from the sheriff?
Yeah, hi. Mr. Chairman, members of the board, I'll make it very brief, and I don't have a question, just a comment, and I wasn't planning on speaking, but I just say that, Mr. Chikatsi has been a tremendous asset for the county of Yuba and for my department as well. As you know, the sheriff's department takes a lot of time from county council, and I think Mr. Lamore is gonna fill those shoes quite well. And so thank you for preparing him for that. And, I couldn't be happier with the candidate that we have, and I don't think we could find a better one. So that's my 2 cents. Thank you.
That's something is unusual in county government, is the fact that different department heads get along with each other, which is a trait of Yuba County.
And through the chair, if I may, and it was an oversight on my part, I feel like the actress who forgot to thank her husband. She won the Academy Award, but I want to point out also that Joe has the support of all the deputies in the office, all of the staff in the office. They work with them closely every day, and they all respect him. So I think that's important, and you'll see them here today.
Okay. All right.
Through the chair.
Yes.
Thank you, Mike. It's been a pleasure working with you. Sometimes humorous, mostly. I think it's going to be a great transition, so I'm glad that this is working out for us. So thank you.
Is that a motion?
No.
All right.
I wasn't sure, Mike. Mike, you have to clarify this. Is this an action item?
I'm sure I'll bring it back to the board for a motion now.
I'll make a motion that we appoint Joseph Lamore as County Council effective August 1st, 2023 for a 4-year term and approve the attached employment agreement.
Thank you for the full motion.
I'll second.
All right. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Do we want what? Would you care to say a few words?
I would. Mike, thanks for the nice words. I've been here for about 3.5 years, and Mike has been the best mentor I've had. I've learned a lot from him, and I just want to thank the board for your trust. And I will make the county continue to run county council's office